President Trump hosts Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy and European leaders today at the White House. And the former head of Israel's military intelligence says the death toll in Gaza has been, quote, necessary. Good morning. I'm Corva Coleman from NPR News, and here are today's top stories. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy won't be alone when he meets President Trump today at the White House. Several European leaders will join Zelenskyy to find out what's in Trump's proposal for advancing a peace deal with Russia. Terry Schultz reports.
The president of the European Commission and the Secretary General of NATO, along with the leaders of Britain, Finland, France, Germany, and Italy, will be joining President Zelenskyy in Washington. The Ukrainian leader thanked EU Commission Chief Ursula von der Leyen when they met in Brussels Sunday.
It's very important that you are with us and that we speak to America and we speak together.
It's expected Trump will propose conditions for a peace deal suggested by Russian President Vladimir Putin at last week's summit in Alaska, which would be very difficult for Ukraine to accept. Many European leaders consider their own security to be closely linked to Ukraine's, and some countries are willing to provide a peacekeeping or monitoring force if a ceasefire is reached. For NPR News, I'm Terry Schultz in Brussels.
The former head of Israeli military intelligence says that the high death toll in Gaza is necessary. He says it's to send a message to Palestinians after Hamas's October 2023 attack. NPR's Daniel Estrin reports from Tel Aviv.
Aharon Haliva resigned from the military last year. Israeli TV aired leaked audio recordings where he discusses intelligence failures that led to the October 2023 attack. He said the death toll of tens of thousands killed in Gaza was necessary. He said for every Israeli killed on October 7th, quote, 50 Palestinians must die. I am not speaking out of revenge. I am speaking about a message to the next generations. He said Palestinians periodically needed a Nakba, the term that refers to the permanent displacement of Palestinians during Israel's founding in 1948. The intelligence chief resigned more than a year ago and acknowledged the authenticity of the recordings. His comments come amid increasing condemnation of Israel's conduct in Gaza. Daniel Estrin, NPR News, Tel Aviv.
President Trump's militarization of Washington, D.C. is entering its second week with more National Guard troops on the way. Community leaders in the nation's capital say they're trying to maintain calm. NPR's Brian Mann reports.
Hundreds more soldiers from Ohio, South Carolina, and West Virginia are joining the National Guard deployment here to support what Trump describes as an effort to crack down on crime. In a public letter, Mayor Muriel Bowser called the situation a crisis and said residents are facing waves of anxiety as soldiers and masked federal agents patrol the city. Christian Watkins, a minister at one of D.C.'s predominantly black churches, says local leaders are on the streets trying to prevent clashes between residents and troops.
It is my prayer that the resistance is a peaceful one to bring truth to light that this is manufactured chaos.
Republicans who control Congress have backed this deployment. Trump hasn't offered a clear exit strategy. Brian Mann, NPR News, Washington.
President Trump says he wants to entirely end the use of mail-in ballots and certain voting machines. Writing today online, Trump falsely claimed they're involved in voter fraud. There is no evidence of any significant voting fraud with these methods. Trump also falsely claimed that in matters of voting, all states have to do what the federal government, through the President of the United States, tells them to do. In fact, state and local jurisdictions are responsible for running elections. Some Texas state Democratic lawmakers are expected to return to their state capital today to attend a special session. It's supposed to take up a Republican plan to redraw congressional districts in Texas. The GOP plan hopes to put 5 more Republicans in the U.S. House of Representatives. The Texas Democrats fled the state for 2 weeks to try to block the GOP proposal. Meanwhile, California state lawmakers will meet today. They will talk about trying to redraw their districts in order to seat Democrats in the U.S. House. It's still raining heavily across South Asia today. This comes as rescuers in Pakistan are searching for scores of people who went missing in flash flooding. This disaster has already killed at least 277 people in northern Pakistan. Police in New York City have not found any suspects from Saturday night's mass shooting at a nightclub. 3 people were killed and 9 others were wounded. Now city officials say they think the shooting was linked to gangs, and they're moving to stop any potential violent retaliation. New York officials say they've mobilized crisis management teams to go to the area. In the U.S., it may still feel like high summer, but for some students, it's high time to hit the books. NPR's Amy Held reports back to school is now happening well before Labor Day.
In Arizona, Katie Levy lamented on TikTok about her high schooler's mid-July start.
For regular school, not summer school, regular school. That's so not fair.
If fair means the same, it isn't. The Pew Research Center finds substantial regional variations. The Southwest may start weeks before the Southeast, where back to school tends to be early August. In the Northeast, many go back in September. Reasons for schools bumping up their start dates vary. Many say it maximizes learning. In the San Francisco Bay Area, they cite more time for spring standardized testing. And Atlanta officials say it's better to scatter more breaks throughout the year. Amy Held, NPR News.
Police in Seattle are looking for thieves who stole some $2 million in jewels from a store in West Seattle. It took the thieves less than 2 minutes to smash the locked glass doors with a hammer and ransack several display cases. They made off with diamonds, gold, and luxury watches. This is NPR.